I want to tell you a cool idea. And it's just the feeling of that I feel is a very strong truth. I'm 100% secure in my heart that it's factual. I'm not 100% proven it yet. Like Dr. Emoto and his water experiment in Japan. He proved it 7 times and every time it worked. That to me is infallible with 100% proof. That's to me 100%. So let me just explain what I'm going to talk about. Music. Every person has a musical perspective. Everybody has a song that they like, and of course, music that they may not like. Everybody is capable of producing masterpieces, even things that are unhuman, like non human, for the sake of crickets, etc. So then here's what I want to do. Here's the giant magnum opus odd all. Like the major work, that the song that never ends. Alright. So I can literally listen to any song, right? Like, I mean, even dun 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 dun, because that's how this whole thing started with me, music-wise. There were lyrics to it, and I'll tell it to the person who asks me. The great thing is, this is probable. It's likely. I believe it even inevitable, but I'll back off that so others can prove it and say it's true. I'll leave there's comments here so that you can leave them. I may not answer all your comments on this. I know that what's going to happen on this channel is inevitable. That there will be so many comments it will be impossible for me to respond to all of you. So forgive me for saying early on in my videos when I had first started, I answer immediately and I answer this. Consider this my answer to all, okay? Every single one of you is capable and does contribute to this masterpiece, giant, wonderful song, and each of you has the perspective that you have of it. And the great thing is we're all going to add our minds together through the quantum computer that we haven't yet built, but that which is in the works, in the future, through us even in the past, creating the most marvelous masterpiece I have ever even pretended to hear, for the sake that I haven't heard your sides yet. I've only heard mine, and I love my song. And I love that my song is even beautiful too. But then I also say I want to hear yours, because all of you have a lot of good things to contribute to this. So I'll say this. I, I have what I call pretty little drops for the rain and the stuff of old that we've all transcended, because the tears will be tears of joy from, I'd love to say from now on. Let it be it's really from even earlier. Because when I cry now, it's really happy. Occasional moments where I start thinking I'm sad. And if you say, man, this makes me sad, you'll likely feel that you are. Because you said, this makes me sad. Well, hey, wait a minute. Okay. This makes me happy. Sometimes there's an issue of things, because if it wasn't something that made you happy, alright, so there's an item that we don't like, so we're just gonna move away from that for a minute, go take a walk, and go think about other things. Because I'm gonna tell you something, everything is transcendable, everything is forgivable, and everything beautiful lasts, everything perfect, everything lovely is a permanent. So then I tell you, and I ask forgiveness humbly for that sake of Buddhists. Forgive me, because I have heard about the path to permanence through that of the path of innocence, the left-hand eightfold path. But I didn't hear with that alone. There was another person there with me in the spirit. There were many. But there was one other person that I was very close to in the spirit that I don't name, but they know who they are, and they'll get to know it in time. And it's a gift that you know that I was the ignoble one that blessed day. So I get to tell you that in the spirit. And on YouTube. And yeah, what should I call this video? Because it's about music. I'm talking about music on this one. I have the left-hand eightfold path on this channel. Because the opposite of noble truths, since I don't want to be ignoble, I would choose that ignoscent but there is a sapient innocence, and it is a noble heart, and I do contain one. So then I also say this: all the music that we could all add together would be part of the most beautiful masterpiece that we could ever make. And I believe that the song is a soul. And I believe that if we all contribute to it, we make a masterpiece of masterpieces that literally itself would make masterpieces itself. And we would literally generate life forms in the form of music. The song is alive. Tell me you don't feel moved by music, and I will say you must listen a little bit closer. Or maybe if you're listening too closely, give yourself a break. Levity is a wonderful gift. The opposite of dexterity, rather, the reflection of dexterity is levity. For the sake of dexter, right-handed, and lever, that of left-handed. In that of chemistry, we say dextro, da-da-da-da-da, like dextrose. And then the opposite of dextrose, respectfully reflected opposite, would be levrose. We haven't heard much about levrose. I remember hearing about a sugar that would actually be something that would be a really, really beautiful diet food. We would be able to eat the sugar and not have any issues, and it would be sugar, not just sucralose, but maybe that's what sucralose is, I don't know. But levrose certainly is. I could be, I don't know. I think it would be sugar. It just wouldn't be the one that causes diabetes. Given that sugar doesn't cause diabetes, it's just an allergic reaction to that of sugar itself, then one can learn how to overcome overreactions in the pancreas by that of the island of Langerhans. So how would one do that? I am the pancreas needed in this world, for then I am also the insulin intolerance. For the sake I know how to be zero tolerance too. I am Florida, and I am zero tolerance to insulin, for the sake that insulin makes the world balance with respect to sugar. Please forgive me if this sounds ridiculous. I'm speaking through a thing called epsilon state, so that I can be the screen needed for that every diabetic, whether 2 or 1 in time, will actually be able to think their way out of it, just like those that have other conditions. I'm a long way before this is all possible with these other things, but the diabetes one is easy. Because I know a family member who has once had it. She had an A1C of 13 and now is bound to 5.3. And the gift in this is, well, she said 5.4, so it might be 5.3 now. The gift in this is, I said 13, I was not mistaken. Those were her words. I saw hers at 8.2 or 8.3, 8.03, 8.2 or 8.03, something like that. It was a long time ago. When I say family member, I mean extended family. But I also have one in the family close, my family close, that actually does. But I'm going off topic here, and I'm speaking about it. She doesn't have it anymore. She's transcended it for the sake of metformin, and then, of course, exercise. I wanted to just make this about music, and I got all the way off topic, so forgive me when I do that on my channel. I'm doing what I can to get as much information from the future to myself in this time, even the past, what you would call the past, because by the time you've watched this, it is me in the past, just depending on how far off. I thank you, everybody in the future. Everybody. I don't care if it's a day from now or 250,000 years from now, etc., forever. God bless you. When I say I don't care, I mean the difference in the time is irrelevant. All that I mean is God bless you and thank you for all that you are and do. Permanent truth. You guys really sent that back to me. I had to take a while to figure out what it was, and then I had to figure out why I was being able to figure it out. And it comes down to a beautiful thing in the dark. Dark energy, true. The Skion I chose with, because the shadow, or what was it? See, that's the shadow in Greek, and that's cute too. I chose, okay, let's look at dark. Okay, dark was M-A-U-R-O-S, moros. Well, that sounds like moron. So I'm like, well, that's cute too. We could call it a moron, a photon and a moron, but then guess what I sound like when I'm talking about morons? Maybe we go there, but I like Skion. It's harmless. I guess we could call it anti-watt, for it is extremely cold. Whatever the wattage is for that of light will be the anti-watt for that is dark. And it's cold. Dark energy is fucking cold. And the best part is the low wattage, anti-wattage rather, it rejuvenates. It full form rejuvenates. It's the backwards. It takes it back. So it's a blessing. And it's in the light. That's why light is good for you. Fact. So we'll find out why UVA is good and UVB hadn't been, or vice versa, for the sake of cholecalciferol, which would make an excellent LED laser, guys. If we could make the organic equivalent of that LED that we did with that pentene or whatever, vene or whatever it was, then certainly we could make an organic equivalent or even something equivalent to that with respect to cholecalciferol, with respect to D3. So then it stands to reason that other things that have affectations of poison, just like lights that are short waves, such as X-ray and further up to gamma, would be highly poisonous things in nature, like that of a spider's bite, or that of a scorpion, or that of a snake, or God forbid that snail thing, or what's that other one? Any other poisonous animal. Perhaps if we make an LED off of that light emitting diode, for the sake of actually witnessing what color scheme it gives. And I have this fun idea to believe that maybe the dark side of it, if you were to shine the light of it on a person, maybe it would actually do the same poisonous affectation. But then maybe the dark side of it would do the opposite, and it would be anti-poisonous. Which, I don't mean anti-venom, I mean full-form rejuvenating qualities with affectation, physical affectation, specifically to this frequency that is known as the bite of, or the sting of, or the prick of, or the poisonous whatever it is life form that has produced it. So I just put that out there while I was trying to talk about music, so I realized the future is genuinely witnessing great things through me, to me, even to you all. Because I'm doing this like a laser. So the laser is really, you have a mirror on this side. Oh, let me show you guys some cool things. I'm going to be an advertisement for a company in China, okay? It's called Cloud Ray Laser. And what I want to talk about all on this on one video for is because I was talking about music. And this is music to my ears. Okay? Look how cute this is. They're gold plated. They're little laser mirrors. I'm trying to shine it at the phone so you can see the phone that I'm... because I'm trying to go with laser, like a laser. Ooh, there we go. Welcome to infinity. Wow, maybe I can get it all the way into infinity. Pretty cool. There we go. See how bright it is? So what's cool is the objective is I'll be a reflector down here. You be this reflector up here, and hopefully you're the one that doesn't have yours won't be 100%. Yours will be like 98% because you're gonna get all the information I send you, but you're gonna keep sending it on through because we live forever. Life goes on. And guys, don't worry about the sun turning red and actually like burning out one day. Don't you understand that if in 200 years we go from learning how to light a fire, which by the way, that was a major technological jump way in the past. Think about the fact that we went from that to incandescent bulbs to LEDs, all in the span of about 200 years. And then you realize in, what, a billion years from now, we'd be able to wind back the clocks on the sun. We'd be able to wind it back time-wise. So don't worry about us ever dying out. And don't worry about Andromeda running into us, because by then we'll have at least a billion years of understanding scientifically on what to do, and we'll have evolved so much more with eyes like that, like on both sides. So much so that we'll have been able to actually... I'm not going to go so far and say telekinetic. Possibly. Why would we be limited? I won't limit us. I'm not going to say we can't with our own minds by then. The gift in this, guys, we don't even take the concept of possibility that Apophis, that which is coming in 2029, and then back around in 2036, might actually be a bus of aliens coming to check us out. I mean, we thought who Mama was. We still do. So why wouldn't Apophis be? It's directly inbound. Wouldn't it be awesome if it is? I think so. So let's just pray that it is. That it's aliens coming to visit us in the form of actually animate, actual living beings that actually will exit the ship and say, "We come in love and peace because we know that your message is loving and peaceful, and that your purpose is world's love and peace for the sake of our galactic community and the intergalactic one for all the places we will get to go." We all, we all succeed, guys, to victory, okay? Peace and love out.